What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace a belt on the X-Way X1 Pro Riot. I recently broke my belt. You can see right there how it's all focus right there. Yep, there it goes. How all the wires are coming out and everything, and it's all messed up. I'm sorry if that was a little quiet. My mic's over here, but I'm going to jump over to the top-down rig right now to get this, to get a better angle for you guys, so you can see this process easier. The belt that was actually on that wheel, on that motor and wheel and everything, was actually giving me problems. It was super tight and there was a lot of resistance. The wheel wasn't really wanting to turn, so I'm really not surprised that it broke. And also, when it did break, inside the pulley that attaches to the wheel actually had rocks inside it. I'll show you guys up close. I already took them out, but I'll show you guys where they were at the top down. But yeah, always take your board apart. After this video, I'll teach you guys how you can, but after then you guys can just do it regularly after every few rides, just to clean it and make sure you don't have any rocks or road debris in there, just to make it so your belts don't snap easier. So let's go ahead on to the top down. Okay, so we are over at the top down now. I was going to film it just like in my room, just normally, but I figured this would be easier for you guys to see. So as you can tell right now, this wheel just free spins, but this one spins the motor right there. So this is the one that we need to fix. And the only tools that you guys are going to need are the ones that came in the box with your skateboard, so I hope you guys didn't throw those away. First is your replacement belt. The board should come with 2 replacement belts, and if you need more after that, which if you ride enough you probably will, you just basically need that right there. Focus. That right there, it says it on the belt. That's what you need to buy. And then your skate tool, you'll only need this to take off your wheel, and then you won't need this anymore. And then for the rest of the bolts, you use this Allen key. There should have been, I think it was 3 Allens in the box. I think this is the middle size. So these 3 things, and you can replace your belt. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to need to do is take your T-tool or skate tool. You'll hear me call it both. You'll take the medium size, which is on the side with the little key thing facing towards it, and you'll take off your wheel. This is, oh, wrong way. This is probably the easiest part. And once you get this off, there's so much dirt and junk. You can see it, probably see it on the desk, inside my bearing and everything. And it's also good just to take this apart every now and then, clean it. You can see all the junk and stuff that it's leaving. Oh yeah, and then don't lose these either. Here, let me move my mic. It's set up over here, and you guys keep shaking. Okay. I know you guys can see the tripod legs, but I hope the audio sounds a bit better now. Make sure you don't lose these little rings. They're called speed rings. They basically just make your wheel turn better. And this is way easier now that you don't have the belt on. I have actually taken this apart just to clean it with the belt on, and this is way harder because the belt, where the motor's right here, and then the other pulley is right here. But usually you can't just pull these off this easy, but it's easier when you don't have the belt on there, so that makes it way easier for you guys. So this is your pulley right here that attaches into the wheels. Attaches into the wheel right there. You can see the spokes, and it just pops straight in with all those little pins there. So this is what the belt attaches to spin your wheel. It sits right there. When I was talking about earlier that there was rocks in it, you can see all those teeth right there. There was rocks in those teeth, which is really bad, and it shouldn't be doing that, which means the belt isn't sitting in there properly, and it's pretty much just skipping over those teeth, which is not good, because you can see in the belt there's teeth as well, and they just sit right in there. So that's your wheel, your pulley, your bolt, and your speed ring. There should be another speed ring. I think I'm actually missing mine. Well, I'm missing a speed ring. Don't do that. So set these off to the side. There's not really that many bolts but you don't want to get them all mixed up because I'm pretty sure there's a few different sizes. So these are probably the easiest ones. Just set them right there. Okay, next we need to take off this shroud right here. So first, let's go ahead and do these ones. Do it this way. These are probably going to be really tight because they should have Loctite in them, but it'll be fine just to take them off and put them back together. So take these bolts off right here. Yeah, let me flip this so you guys can see it a bit better. You can see right there we go. Light shining off it perfectly. Right there and right there. You need to take those two bolts off with your little see it, we're falling off my desk with your little Allen. So take those off. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this back over. I know you guys saw it. So there we go. Take these off. Once you take these off, you have 1, 2, 3, I think more. So altogether, there's 5 screws that you have to take off. It's really simple, and after you've learned how to do this, I suggest you do it pretty much. What's the word? Like regularly, so you don't have the problem of like little tiny pebbles getting stuck in your pulleys, and then you can just clean it, because right now it is pollen season, which means you guys can see right there. Look how nasty that bearing is. And I literally just took this all apart and cleaned everything just a few days ago, like just earlier this week. So that is not good, and especially if you ride through water, you want to take that apart and grease or oil. Come on, this one's being really annoying. Grease or oil your bearings and stuff, because you don't want them to start not spinning as well, because then that really will ruin your day after, oh my gosh, after you notice that your wheels aren't spinning as fast as they used to. I'll be right back when I get this bolt out. It's really annoying me. Okay, I'm back. I noticed that it was stripped, so there was literally no way it was coming out. Oh my gosh, my Allen's stuck under here. There's no way it was coming out. See if I can get it to focus on that. Okay, I don't know how you guys can see that, but you can see that that screw's round, and it's actually supposed to look like that. You can see that it has like ridges on the sides. And this screw is stripped bad, so this won't be going back in my board. The only way I was able to get it out is my dad came in with a screw extractor thing, whatever it is, I don't know, and twisted it in with a pair of pliers. It grabs the metal and pulls it out. Usually he said they usually don't work. They usually have to use you have to take a drill and drill it out, which it's fine. I don't need this one bolt. It doesn't really bother me. So let's carry on. Next ones. So let's put this off to the side because I won't be using that, and this is the one that goes back in that hole. Okay, so let's pick this up and flip it again. You can see right there, there, and there. We have 3 more screws to take out, and once we take those out, that's pretty much it. It's really simple. It's really not that hard to do, and you don't have to have any special tools. You just use, unless your screws are stripped, but that shouldn't be the case with you guys. It's because I take mine apart so much. So, and right now is where you need to keep your screws separate, because if I have this other one here, the 2 that go in these holes are bigger than the ones that go in these 3. So keep that one set aside and the other 2 so you don't get them mixed up, because you don't want to mix up your screws. That would not be good. Okay, so we've got 2 more to take off, and then that's basically it. This can come off, and that's the whole cover piece right there. And now you can see that you have your little pulley here that is on your motor, and then you take your belt and you just put it on here. It does take a little bit of finagling, I guess you could say, because you have to keep this in here around that, but you also got to get it back up through here. So what I'm doing is I have it around the small pulley here, and then I have it around the small pulley here, and then I have it around the axle right here. You guys can see that there. And then I'll take my cover and put it down over here. But I also, you have to make sure these 3 screw holes, you can see that there's 3 little bump outs there for the screws. put this over, you squeeze the belt in, so now it's all in there, it's not poking out the sides, but you also have to take your belt. You can see I'm grabbing it right here and squeezing it. Okay, got that side and this side, and oh, come on. It's a little trickery. It's because I'm trying to do it at a weird angle too, trying to film it. So you pull this up through, come on, there it goes. So now you have it up through, and all I was trying to do really is take the belt and pull it up through around those holes, because the shroud is a little bit weird shaped, and you just squeeze it in and it should fall down into place. I don't know why it's not. Let me get a better look at this right here. Okay, it does take a little bit of work. Okay, that's why. So the screw holes, now you guys can't see anything, but the screw holes that those first two screws go in, they were they have a bit of a bump out too, so trying to squeeze it in. This is kind of awkward. Ah, there we go. Okay, so let me show this to you guys real quick. I'm sorry if this is oh my gosh, I'm sorry if this is a little bit hard to follow. It's because I'm trying to do it at a weird angle too. So, what it needs to look like is, you can see now that the plate that the motor is actually mounted on, this one right here, is level with where the screw holes are. So right there, that's a better angle. So you can see this right here, this where the screws are, is level with this metal right here. And you also have to have it around that. And then these two holes right here, I'm going to use this again so I'm not covering everything with my fingers. These two holes right here have a little hole that goes down through them. So it has a little bump out on the inside of this whole cover thing. So you have to squeeze it around there. So basically you put it around the thing, you pull it and squeeze it like this, and basically touch them. And then you can put your pulley back on. So the easiest way to do this is you put it on, you kind of stretch it around one corner, and then you spin it. Oh, and then, oh, you have to put the screws back in. Okay, so you guys understand this part. I don't know why I didn't even think of putting the screws back in. Okay, so you just put these back in. I'll go ahead and speed up through this because you guys have already seen me unscrew screws. So basically just reverse the process, and that's it. And also you want to make sure that you get these bolts or screws really tight, because there is a lot of vibrations that go into all these motor mounts and everything. So you don't want these things to get rattled loose. That's why when you take them off, they have like Loctite on them. It looks just like looks like powder, but it's put on there in like liquid form. And if you really want to, you can put more of that back on. But so as you can see, I'm doing this. You push down and you spin, and now you've got your belts back on. Make sure it's all seated properly. You can see that there. And I've also had a problem with this one belt. Of course, it's the one that snaps, which makes sense. Is a little tight. I don't know why. I think the pulley might be a little messed up or something. But on my other wheel, the belt is really loose and spongy, but on this one, it's really tight. I don't know if you guys have that problem, but I have that problem. And look at my hands. Okay, so we're going to put, not that one. Wait, both of them are kind of messed up, but this one is better than this one. Both of these are messed up, which kind of sucks. But we're going to try to put this one back in without messing it up, because they won't fit around. And the reason that's not going on is because you can see inside your wheel, there is that little ring right there inside the wheel. That is your spacer, your bearing spacer. So you want to, basically the easiest way to do this is you'll take your Allen and you'll put it in there, push it, so you grab it, you grab the little spacer, you can see it there, you grab it, and then you just push your Allen to the side. So now you've got the wheel balanced on the Allen. If you look down in there, you can see that your spacer is perfectly lined up. You put that around the wheel, and boom, just like magic, it goes through. A lot of people will struggle with getting that spacer and shaking it and doing it sideways and all this weird stuff. That's all you need to do is just take your Allen and do that. Okay, next, you'll put your wheel back on. Really simple, just reverse the same process. And some people have a specific preference on how they like their wheels, but I like them just a little bit loose, just so they have a little bit of play. But that's just personal preference. You don't want to tighten them down too much, but you don't want to leave them too loose. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was educational or helps you guys, I guess, on how to put your belt, replace a belt on your electric skateboard. And I don't know how it is on, like, oh gosh, board almost just fell off the table. I don't know how it is for every other board, but specifically on the X-Way X1 Pro Riot, this is how you do it. And wash your hands, because it's a little bit dirty in there with all of the road debris and dirt and sand and all that kind of stuff. So take care of your boards and don't let your belt snap. But if it does, it's fine. You can just watch this video again if you don't know how to take it apart and your belt snaps again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Oh, I can't reach my camera.